This program is designed to provide general information with regards to the subject matters covered. This information is given with the understanding that neither the hosts, guests, sponsors, or station are engaged in rendering any specific and personal, medical, financial, legal, counseling, professional service, or any advice. You should seek the services of competent professionals before applying or trying any suggested ideas.
Hey there, it's Brian Sebastian, movie reviews and more. And if it's Tuesday, obviously we're live as usual. So this is show 123 live shows in a row, show number 49 in season 4. 3 more episodes. We all have done 52 straight shows, live shows again. I'm very, very happy about that because how many people do that around the world? Nobody that I know of. So I'll take that streak and keep it going. So I've been looking forward to this show because it's always about empowering women. That's what keeps me going. That's one of the reasons why I ended up going to Tennessee and women in film and television, strong, empowering women that go through all kinds of things and come out on the top and beat these guys over the head. I just love it when women do that kind of thing. But here we are. We're live on K4HD Radio, Talk for Media, Talk for TV, streaming on over 100 outlets as usual around the world. And I love that because not a lot of people can say that around the world. And also streaming on WomenOnTV.tv, Worldwide TV Network, and iTube 247 out of Franklin, Tennessee. Now, what makes this show special, like all shows are special because our guests are special. It's always about helping those people get the word out, whether they're artists, book authors, in the toy industries. I don't care if you're a celebrity or not. I want to help those people, and that's our job to do that. So when you can have someone, let's start off with, so let's say an Amy. I just pick people off the top of my head. If I start off with Amy Beckett, it's one of those things where, let's see, she's an entrepreneur. She's traveled around the world, which is what I love. Let's see, director of the Jet Set Lifestyle Group, because I do this all off the top of my head. And guess what? She retired at age 34. How many people can say that? That's a great thing when it comes to that, obviously. And I can't wait to hear what she has to talk about because when Colleen said we got to have her on, I said, this is the date. Let's do this, and this is going to be fun. The one and only Amy Beck. So when it comes to these other things like this, I just love how she pops in. She's my friend. I love seeing her all the time. She's an international, speaker, publisher, author. She does all kinds of things. Cancer survivor. She knows who I'm talking about. Now, I hate to give it away. Digital marketer. There isn't anything that she really does not do. And it's always about empowering people so they can make a massive impact on humanity. Right, Colleen? And that's a great thing when it comes to that because I love what she does. I love when she just popped into Barnes and Noble and at the Grove. I'm like, how did she get there? It amazes me what this woman can do, what she does no matter around the world. And yes, she's traveled to, I want to say, I think it's 34 countries, if not more around the world. She's probably going to break that record. See, I told you. She does all kinds of things, and that's great. The one and only Colleen Gallagher. So when it comes to this other young lady, we wanted to have her on before, and she ran into problems. And it was one of these things like, where is she? We're waiting for her. And then we couldn't find her. And all of a sudden she goes, Brian, I couldn't get on here. She's putting her head down. But it was one of these things. It wasn't her fault. It's always about the joy through the journey. And when it comes to, overcoming life's challenges, we've all gone through that, all of us. And it's about grit and grace, as my Southern mom, Edie Han, would say out of Alabama. You got to have those pearls to have true grit. And I love that it's about the grit and grace. And when it comes to, she's that leading expert in her field. She's an author, she's a speaker, she's a mom, she's that, she's a cool woman. Before I even knew who she was, I had been following her because I watched what she went through, and I thought it was great. She's also got that, that podcast, the Amy Lago show, which is fascinating because I love to see all the things that she's done, and I love the interviews that she thinks. She's going to talk about empowering people from around the world. It's also about being that personal trainer and having the strength to overcome everything. The one and only Amberly Lago. So we got nonstop Terri Marie from California. We got Chef Rachel Roberts from Houston, Texas. We got the Dapper. Howard never fails to amaze me. He always puts me to shame because I never know what he's going to wear, and everybody loves him. Howard Wiggins. All right, everybody, let's get this started. This is always about women. Amy, let's start with you because you're the furthest away, and you've been up since who knows when. Let's talk about why we like jet set, why people like to travel, and what you and Colleen are working on, because it is special, and that's why I joined it, because I'm heading outside the U.S. next year. I'm coming.
Amazing. Honestly, it's an absolute pleasure to have Colleen on board with me on this incredible journey. We basically enable people to travel more, travel better, travel more frequently, more luxuriously, basically monetize travel. That is something that everyone's doing already, right? And the exciting part is we enable people to monetize it with a passive income stream from travel. So as you said, Brian, you quite rightly said, I retired from a very high paid medical cardiology job at age 34, thanks to this industry that I'm obsessed with, because like Colleen, I travel all the time. So yeah, we just want to help as many people be able to see the world, because I genuinely believe that traveling is the best education that there is. Experiencing new cultures, eating different food, meeting different people, like that is hands down the best education, in my opinion.
You can't go wrong with that. Colleen, what say you? Because you're always interesting. You always have something new going on. I don't even know what state you're in. You're kind of like me. I think we're going to be in Atlanta, Georgia at the same time. So I'm going to get a chance to see my friend. I haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah, so I'm in Atlanta actually right now. So I'm here for like a week and a half.
See, I told you.
Yeah. But I don't know where to start, I guess. Yeah, one of the big focuses, I'm a serial entrepreneur. So I have 3 major businesses that I focus on. So one is my coaching company, Colleen Gallagher International, where I am an author of 4 books. And as Brian mentioned, we had the one of my book signings at the Barnes & Noble at the Grove in LA, which is the 2nd largest bookstore in America. The first one is the Barnes & Noble in New York, I can't even remember the park. What's the Central Park, right? Is that what it's called? I don't know. Because I'm not a New York girl. New York's not my thing. So I don't know what it's called. But anyway, that one. And I really have enjoyed that. I've done it for 5.5 years. I've launched 33 online courses that I've built, I've sold, and I've really offered transformation in people's lives. And that's been such a great part of my journey, kind of healing from cancer and going through that. The second part that I do is the travel business, which Amy just mentioned and talked about, which is great because I really grew up traveling. And then with my business, I wanted to basically start it through social media so I could travel the world. I was making money while I traveled, but not making money on my own travel, and then being able to help myself earn passive income and also others. And then the third part is real estate, which I really started within the last year, which is such an incredible opportunity when you understand it at a large scale, how to invest in it, and also creating financial products for other people. So that's kind of been my focuses, as well as finished my PhD at Pepperdine. So I just really believe in people and transformation, and everything I do, I always want to make sure I have a way that someone can plug into the world that I live to make money and really make their dream life happen.
Amberly, let's talk about you, because you've got some great things going on.
Oh my gosh. No, I just want to know all of you. Like, I'm hearing what you're sharing. I'm like, yes, I need to know you, and I need to know you. That's amazing. Everything that I've heard so far. I am so grateful to be here with y'all tonight. So I just moved back to Texas. I lived in California for 31 years and moved back to Dallas about 2 years ago. And I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a speaker. I'm a coach. I have a new book coming out called Joy Through the Journey, which is kind of a way of sharing how entrepreneurs can tap into their joy through struggles and challenges, and kind of sharing the deep, dark challenges that I've been through and found joy along the way, despite living with a chronic disease that I was diagnosed with, and challenges that, we all go through. And so when you were talking about you had a book signing at the Barnes and Noble at the Grove, I'm like, I'm talking to my publicist about that now. So it's exciting, but the most important thing for me is to just share some tips and tools I've learned along the way on how to find resilience and get through obstacles and challenges, because I've certainly been through a lot of them after I went through a motorcycle accident, which led me to a 1% chance of saving my leg and 34 surgeries to actually save it. And this nerve disease, it's really led me down a path to inspire others to never give up hope. And so I'm so grateful to be here with y'all tonight.
Chef Rachel Robbins, tell them who you are, where you're coming from.
Oh, okay. So Rachel Roberts, I'm here in Houston, and I look forward to knowing all of you too, and in hearing your stories. It's really moving. I have a little morning show called Coffee Talk, and you can come on and watch me. It's a lot of fun. Writing a book, Eat Clean, Drink a Little Dirty, and hopefully that'll get finished eventually, and how those things go. And doing a little TV and possible movie coming up. So, we're all in the, industry of that. And
Don't forget about Fox News, Ruben.
Oh yeah. Sometimes you'll find me on Fox News playing around with some of those people. I love it.
Howard Wiggins.
Howard Wiggins. I'm one of the world's 35 leading interior designers. Talk about book. I've got my home and a new Christmas book. Patricia Hart McMillan just came out. Let's see. My father was Little Roy Wiggins, plays steel guitar for Eddie Arnold. Let's see. And I'm in a few movies too. One's called Who's Going to Take Care of Me? And another one's called Without Warning, which will be here locally. And let's see. That's pretty much it.
What are you wearing today, Howard?
Gucci shirt and red hat, of course. And I'm in my guest master bathroom, because my master bedroom's Oriental, so it's the bathroom. So I'm very eclectic. I'm a maximalist. Oh, and I have a design look called Stack and Layer. So that's my own creation, Stack and Layer design. So.
And we lost Terri. So, Amy, let's talk about why is it important for people to sign up for what you're doing and to get into travel and the hotels, because you guys have something that I found interesting when Colleen was telling me about it, and I immediately liked it. And it took me a while to get in because I was busy doing stuff, but I like it. And that's why I wanted to have you guys on. Talk about that.
Yeah, so I just think if someone's traveling anyway, then they might as well be saving or earning on that travel. That's something that me and Colleen have really, really been able to maximize the benefits on. And look, we live in a world where nothing's certain, and we generate a residual or passive income through the travel industry that is financial security, essentially, that's going to pay us for life. And more importantly, it will outlive us. We create a legacy for our future as well, for our families, whoever is there outliving us, essentially. So what was it, Brian, can I ask you, what was it that you found really interesting when Colleen presented it to you?
It was because I know a lot of people who are traveling, and I am that traveler. I haven't gone out in the U.S. within the last 5 years. So I just renewed my passport a couple of weeks ago. So I'm heading to Greece next year based on what's going on in the country. And I'm going to the UK and seeing a lot of my friends I haven't had a chance to see outside the US in years. I love to travel. I've only been to 23 countries, but I've been to 44 states. So me, travel has set me in a different thing. And everybody knows I'm never in the same place each show. Where am I now? I'm in Southern California right now. I was in Vegas last week. The week before that was in California. The week before that was in Illinois, I think. So, I'm always someplace because I'm always at different events. And I said, Colleen, hold on. I'm going to do this because I like it. The thing I don't do is I don't stay in a lot of hotels because I used to have a host hotel, the Lowe's Hotel. Now I've lost that. Now I have to regain those things back. And that's one of the things that made me want to do it. But it really, my hat goes off to Colleen, how she described it. Not only is she my friend, it's like I like what she does. And anytime she sticks her hand in something, I know it's going to be magical because it is. Colleen, talk about what you liked about it. Oh, go ahead, Rachel. Go ahead. Sorry.
How do we join? Where do we join?
Let's have a
we
conversation.
get you a link. Yeah, I would say we can do like a group chat, Brian, if you want to give us her, or you give it, because I don't think I have your number, Rachel. Do I? I don't think I do.
I don't know.
Okay, I get it from Brian. I can do a group chat with all of us.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to give you information to get you going. So Brian can give us your
We're all
guys'
interested in that.
That would be awesome to share how we get connected with each other. Like, can you shout that out? Because I want to be connected with all of you.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I think
might want to borrow a cowboy hat too.
I have about 100, so.
He does. Hey, Rebel, Terri, you popped off. Tell them who you are because we were just about to go to you. You disappeared.
Oh, well, my internet for some reason had a glitch. You know how that happens.
Don't worry about it. You're back.
Yeah, hi, everybody. I'm Terri Marie. I'm in Sherman Oaks, California. I've been with Brian since 2014. That's when I won my first fitness show at Muscle Beach. I came in first place in my division, second overall in bikini fitness. And then I do NPC fitness. I was Miss LA for another fitness competition. So that's kind of my world, is the fitness world. I'm also in the world of orthopedics as a medical rep. So I work with hospitals, clinics, doctors. They call me nonstop because I'm like constantly doing stuff. I do like red carpet events. I'm like really into art. Right now I'm in the process of writing my own book on dementia and dealing with family issues and stuff that people don't really realize how it can impact your life, both financially and mentally. And I don't think a lot of people are prepared for that. So it's something that I'm starting to get passionate about now that I've experienced what I've experienced. Actually, I've been in a couple of movies. I've been acting off and on since I was a little kid. I think. Oh, and then also I'm on TikTok Shop now. So I'm doing a lot of beauty products. So if you want to get some bundle deals on some beauty products, you can follow me on TikTok Shop on Terri Marie Nonstop.
Hey, Amberly, go into the world of fitness because you're a fitness trainer. You were in this world, obviously, doing everything. And, after that, Colleen, let's talk about your books and everything, too. Go ahead, Amberly.
Could you tell how excited I was?
Oh, yeah.
That you won these competitions and what you were doing. I was like, yes, yay, good for you. Like,
not to date myself, but I'm very proud of myself because I won my first competition at the age of 46. And there was a bunch of 23-year-olds that I beat, and I didn't expect to win that contest because it was the first time I was on stage. I had trained with Mr. California, who is now a pro, and he just. But I mean, I've been a gym rat my whole life, so I just needed that extra push to get up there, and I've really been wanting to compete again. It's just that I'm dealing with the family dynamics right now of an elderly mom and family issues and attorneys and it's financially draining.
And this is where we're going to get into grit and grace because someone's got a book. Colleen's got a book. These things will help you.
Well, and you know what? I was in the fitness industry for 29 years. I had my own fitness company. I employed several fitness trainers. I was featured in Health Magazine and Shape Magazine, and regularly contributed to Health Magazine and Shape for articles. And I have to share this with you because you are in the fitness world. So my husband is a former lieutenant commander. He got an award for, he was a first responder, and he got an award that was going to be presented by Arnold Schwarzenegger. And so I go, they fly us to Sacramento. I'm there to film him getting this Medal of Valor around his neck. And I was so excited. Like, I love Arnold. I mean, I love my husband too. But
It's Arnold.
I was like, it's Arnold putting a medal around my husband's neck. And I guess I was so excited. My hands were shaking. And I got no video from it. Nothing. No video, nothing. So I just wanted to share that quick story and say how much I respect you and all that you do for what you have to do with your diet and everything that goes into training for a competition. It's so much commitment, and that shows what kind of person you are. But yeah, and you know what? It does take a lot of grit, and it takes a lot of grace. That's why I have this neon sign.
And we'll have to connect. I mean, I'm gonna be in Dallas actually for a work meeting, but maybe I'll connect with you afterwards. But one thing I want to say that I'm proud of, I used to not really want to talk about my age, but I am 56 years old. And the reason that
Wait, how old?
I'm 56. And I think the reason that I look the way I do, I'll take my glasses off, is because of my diet and my exercise routine. And people don't realize on how important it is for anti-aging just to be able to eat a healthy diet and eat the right kinds of macronutrients. And it's really about exercise. I mean, you can get Botox, plastic surgery, and all that, but I mean, if you naturally can stay young and healthy, just by the right diet and staying in the gym and keeping, your muscles strong. Because once people don't realize, working in the world of orthopedics, once your knees go, that's when it opens up a whole can of worms to all kinds of other diseases. And people don't realize that once you're immobile, that's when you get sick. And I've watched it happen, and patients that we see all the time, that's really the cause of them, deteriorating.
And Rachel, this is where you come in because you eat healthy. You grow stuff out of your garden. I mean, every time I'm thinking of good food, I'm immediately thinking of my friend in Texas because I know she's making something good that I'm not having.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm 51, and so I'm getting up there too. I do a lot of Pilates, and I use my little katsu, and I eat very clean, and I'm actually now on a journey of not drinking. This is kind of new. I've been on it for about a month, and I'm really enjoying that. I feel like, Terri, can you believe that? Like, it, right? You knew, like, yeah. That's crazy, but I feel so much stronger when I'm in my Pilates class that I'm really digging it, and I'm excited to see, at this age in life, it's there's so many things we can do, and it's a lot of fun to tweak your diet and your health, and but staying active.
I have a question for you, Rachel, now that you're not drinking, because I notice when I do this, do you feel like your energy level is through the roof and that you want to get in the gym more and you want to be more active?
Oh, yeah. Today I went to Pilates and I was thinking, wow, the YMCA is down the street. Maybe I should just pop in there and do some weights. And I've got a lot more energy, and, I've got the time. So,
It's even that one glass of wine. I notice, it's like when I'm totally abstinent, I feel so much better. Because, sometimes you want to unwind with a glass of wine, but then the next day I always have that sludgy feeling. But I think it's that way with food too. Like when you eat gross food, you feel icky the next day. You feel like sitting in your gut. So again, it all goes back to the nourishment we put in our bodies. So
which goes to Amy. You got this great saying, if you're worried about the cost of just going for it, then you should see the price of staying exactly where you are. And I love that. Talk about that, because that financial freedom, always traveling and having some fun. I see what you're doing out there. I've been peeping what you've been doing around the place.
And also, I want to say before Amy says that Amy's body, since she's retired, has been killer. If you've watched Amy in the past 3 months, Amy's body is just slain, by the way. So she's done the opposite of most people do.
No, thanks, Colleen. Honestly, I'm listening to all you ladies, and I'm so inspired by it, because building a business, I'm sure some of you can relate. It's not easy, and I've built this business up to the most incredible level, but I had to make sacrifices along the way, and sadly, I was grabbing food as and when I could, and probably not nourishing my body as I should do. And I definitely wasn't exercising or moving my body enough. So as soon as I got my business to like an incredible level where it was ticking over, and like I said, it was paying me residual income whether I worked it or not, I was like, right, now it's time to start making some healthy choices. So I got back in the gym, like you were touching on. I feel energized. I feel so much better. And that quote that I love, that Brian, that you just mentioned, like people don't realize, do they, all the time, that if nothing changes, nothing changes. And like the thought of me being the same person that I was 5 years ago, that wasn't educated, that didn't have a growth mindset, that thought so negatively, and always thought that I was going to be like always going to think the same and stay the same and never have freedom. Like it scares me to death looking back now. So I'm so grateful that I've gone on this personal development journey where I can appreciate that I can have everything. So now I've got to this point where I'm like, yes, I can be healthy. I can have the good body. I can have the money rolling in. I can have the happy lifestyle and the balanced lifestyle.
And be happy and joyous at the same time, right?
Yeah, like I definitely enjoyed the journey to this point. And the journey is going to continue. And I just think it's so important to be grateful every single day for everything that you do already have, but be open to kind of making tweaks here and there. Hence my need for some guidance in terms of nutrition, let's say.
Amberly, talk about the Unstoppable Summit, going up for next year, because it's never too early to get things going, whether it's a book, art, or whatever, because it has gotten a lot more difficult to get people to come out to support things, and they should always be supporting small business, women-owned, empowerment, everything. Talk about that.
Well, hey, you Texas friends of mine. Yes, I am doing an annual summit. It's called, thank you for asking. It's called the Unstoppable Success Summit. It's April 25th and 26th of 2025. And I have Trent Shelton, Renee Rodriguez, Tamara Andres, Leah Valencia Key, Brooke Hemingway, other amazing speakers that are going to come and share their knowledge and their love. And this is a faith-filled, passionate event for people who really want to build meaningful connections. And you know what? I did not plan on you even asking me a question about the summit, actually. And I just did a webinar yesterday, and I had a discount code for people to get a discount, and I'm sure it still works. I'm sure my web guy will be like, yeah, that still works. If y'all want to come to the event, go to my website at amberlylago.com, and you can just put in the discount code as webinar and get $100 off your ticket.
What is the discount code?
Webinar. Yeah.
Okay.
I would love to see y'all there, or message me and be like, hey, Amberly, I was on Brian's show with you, and hook me up And let me hook you up to get you like VIP access.
The good thing was we got people that can hook you up with travel. That's the good thing, right, Colleen?
This is the best thing that we have exactly Amy and myself, and hopefully you can do it yourself, which is great because with the platform that Amy and I use with the travel business, which is phenomenal for any entrepreneur, and especially for speakers and authors and creatives and, just business people, we have to travel. That's just the name of the game. Like, even if you look at some of the most successful people, like the way is distribution, right? You can create a great product and you can create a great service, but if you don't have distribution, like good luck, you know what I'm saying? And there's a few ways you can create distribution. It depends on the type of business model. It depends on what you're doing. Some gyms, right? They can be very profitable because they have a monthly membership, but they have a high overhead based on when you're starting. You can have the same person that has a high social media, make a monthly membership, and they have the people paying at home for their own membership, and they have a higher profit margin. So you have different ways that you can do this in business, which is great. The thing that's great about what Amy and I do is that, or one of the things I do, and a great thing that's retired Amy at 34, and it's retired many people in the business and supported them to be an add-on in their career, is that you're able to save up to 80% on your travel. So for an example, usually when you go travel, you can look at Delta or Skiplag or Expedia, wherever that you look, right? Or if you're looking at hotels, you do the same thing or find the cheapest or where your points are. We have access. I think Amy knows the exact number, but I think it's, just under 200 affiliates. Maybe it's more, Amy.
Yeah, around 200 now.
Around 200 affiliates that with like Hilton, we have Delta, we have American Airlines, we have Expedia. So basically all you're doing is like you normally go to a link. You're just changing your link. So instead of going to Expedia.com, you're going to the travel agent link that once you register, you're just bookmarking a new tab. So it's not like you're changing any major habit or direction in life of going like to this gym, to that gym, or having to buy new weights at home instead of using the ones at the gym. So you do that and you'll be searching for whatever it is you want. You get up to 80% off regular travel because you're getting travel industry prices or like agent prices. The second part, which is great, is that anytime you book travel on a website or on a phone call, somebody gets a commission. That commission can be up to 20%. So let's just go for easy answer. It's a $100 flight. It can be up to $20. Could be $7.50. Could be $20. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're an entrepreneur and you're a business,
it all adds up.
You're traveling, you're already doing this. You're already paying somebody else. So why would I pay somebody else instead of cut my expense and pay it with me and make money that I wouldn't make? It doesn't need to go to somebody else. I can make money on myself. So that's the two parts that are really great. The third part, which works as a phenomenal add-on, something that usually I feel like people maybe don't want to think about, but as you start naturally doing your life, it just naturally happens. Like wanting to eat healthy instead of eating or drinking like tap water. Obviously we drink pH balanced water or whatever, alkaline water. So you just naturally do that as you go on your journey. So we have something where it's a team building side, which is phenomenal because you have a community building side, which as people, what I just brought up that are authors, that we already have products, this also gives us another line to distribution for our products, another community access level. We can relate to people and get to know them. And also have an opportunity to connect with our products because how do you grow any business? Through people, through network. So this part of the side of the business is when you grow a team and there's a passive income side to the business. So that's anytime you bring somebody into the business, you have an availability to build passive income, which is great because obviously I think as everyone knows, and I think it's both the same as men and women, but as we get older, especially, and I'm not old by any means, I'm 30, but anyway, what I still say this, I'm so old, but anyway, but I say this, that passive income is great. The older you get, I don't want to say the less you want to work. When you love what you do, it doesn't feel like work anymore. And really the numbers I think of now are what I'm playing with now. And it's more about how you can bring passive income to other people's life, where my journey is at right now, and like how you can set people's families up and have them grow under your business. It's a very different mindset I had when I started. This is great because it goes with everything you do and it goes with so many people that you touch. So this is such a cool product and it's such a natural conversation starter, which I love. And it just goes. So I think that's really, don't even remember the question you asked me, but that's where it goes. And that's why I would say yes. And that's why I did say yes. And I continue to say yes. So like just went to Sedona, what was that? Like not even a month ago, I think. Off of that, I'm making like $160 back on my trip. Now, by no means am I going to get rich off $160, but why wouldn't I want to pay myself that? That's like at least 2 bottles of nice wine. Like, I mean, that's something like a massage. I don't know, 2 massages, what a psychic reading. I don't know what
Exactly.
I'm so interested in all of this. I grew up working for my mom, and she organized performing group tours all over the world. So I've been in the travel industry since I was a kid, and I'm really interested in what you guys are doing and being a part of it.
Yeah, I put a WhatsApp group with you already. So when you're off,
Great.
you're going to see the WhatsApp group. So we can.
Awesome. Yeah.
Hey, so we're gonna go back to this. I want to show this clip of Amberly, of a little bit of her journey, because it is still about you and powerful women. You women are strong. I'm just kind of like the fly on the wall here, listening to you guys. I don't even have to say anything, which is great, and that's how it should be, because I'm learning from you guys. I say you women, and it's great. Let's see this.
My confidence gets knocked out of me sometimes. I mean, it will get knocked right out of me. So I'm confident in some areas. Like, I've never had a problem walking into a room and introducing myself, or, you know, but there's sometimes, like, for instance, when I was going to do my TED Talk, I was scared to death. I was the only person that didn't have a PhD, and that inner critic, that bully came out of the cage and was like, who do you think you are? You're not smart enough. You don't have a college education. You don't have all those initials after your name. And I really had one of my clients that helped me. Like, I was freaking out. And my client said to me, you got through 34 surgeries. You can get on that stage and talk. And so I was like, oh, yeah. So now I'm just like, okay, I remember that. I pray, I do push-ups, and I'm like, I'm good to go.
So, Amberly, first of all, I will hook you up with Arnold, because he's involved in something for our Dreamweaver Artist Ranch, first of all. Second of all, I was at the Mr. Olympia last weekend while I was in Vegas. So this is where the travel part comes in, Colleen and Amy, because guess what? All those fitness women, just the fitness women coming from Brazil and vice versa, guess what? They're spending a lot of money going to all those tournaments. So if you see where my head's going, that's why I wanted to plan this show this time, because I know exactly what's going on. And then when Rachel's starting to travel, because I got to get her coming in from next March to California. Terry's starting to go to a couple places, and I would love to get Howard to come in here, because everybody wants to meet Howard, because they're like, who's this guy? There's something about him. We want to know why he's dressed the way he is. We want to go to his house, and what's this book he's talking about?
Yeah.
So this is where it all comes.
We want to borrow his hat. And I just have to say thank you for playing that, and thank you for bringing us all together. And yeah, I travel a lot, and I need help with that for sure. So I'm old school, and I've been over here writing notes of what your hashtags are for your.
I do the same thing.
I do the same thing.
I'm old school. I'm like, oh my goodness. So thank you so much for this. You're amazing for bringing us all together.
Yeah, thank you, Amy and Colleen.
No, thank you, Brian. And it's been amazing to meet you ladies anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amy, talk about this. What made you decide to make that career change to do this? Because it is important. And there's a lot of people that don't even know about this, first of all. I didn't know until Colleen told me. And I purposely had to wait, because when I travel, my mom worked for Delta, so I do one ways, because I never know when I'm going to leave, and I never know when I'm coming back. And Rachel,
Nice.
and they don't even know where I am. It's sort of like I'm hiding or something like that, but it's all these events. So I do it a different way, but I know it's going to be beneficial to the people that I'm connecting with, because they all do need it.
Yeah, I'm a massive believer in, if you can find a way to make money from something that you're massively passionate about, then you will be successful. And travel was my number one passion. So I was like, you know what, I might be from a medical device background, just like Terri. And look, Terri will understand like the medical device sales industry, like we earn good money, or I earn good money. It wasn't a low paid job. But like I say, travel was my real passion. So I built it up flexibly alongside that medical job until it replaced that income, it matched that income. And then I was like, wow, if I have all the hours in the day to focus on this, that really incredible income is just going to keep growing and growing and growing and growing. And the passions never died. Like, I literally jump out of bed in the morning and I've got a fire in my belly for this still. And it's because it's like Colleen touched on, I started for myself. I'm not going to lie. I started because I wanted to travel myself smarter. And now it's changed into this absolute mission to try and help as many other people as physically possible benefit from this, because we've got a vehicle that can give someone time, location, and financial freedom together. Ordinary people like me, I'm now living an extraordinary life. I wasn't well known. I wasn't rich. I was just a normal person that now has got this freedom, and now I've got the power to be able to help other people benefit from this. So as of today, I've helped over 1,007 people benefit from this and be a part of this opportunity. And I just cannot wait for that 1,000 to literally turn into tens of thousands.
You can't go wrong there. Hey, Howard, talk about your fitness side of stuff, because you like to walk and everything too. You stay in shape and you don't drink, but you love to dance.
Yes.
Love to dance. That's my main thing. Back when I was 60, I tried to get down to 19%.
Tell them how old you are, Howard.
71. Yeah. 71.
How do you all
when
look
I
so
was 60,
young?
I'm getting down to 19% body fat. I posted a picture recently as a Chippendale dancer for Halloween. But,
That was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, you like that? Anyway.
We need to see that.
And I'm not far from that now. I'm a little bit heavier than that, but not that much. But I just keep moving, and I really don't go anywhere. And as far as my diet, I go off and on. I'll decide if I want to eat it or not, if it's worth cheating or not. And but I'm not trying to lose. I'm just trying to maintain. At one time, I used to be 100 pounds heavier, and that's back when Atkins came out. And I went on Atkins, lost all the weight, never did gain it back. So everybody knows what they need to do. They just don't do it, So
age is a number.
It's just you just gotta have willpower.
Hey, we got a couple minutes left. Amy, give your social media links. Why should people reach out to you? And the good thing about traveling today.
People should reach out to me because you need to see the world and you need to make money from seeing the world. What was the last part?
And why should people? Yeah, exactly. Social media links, most important.
Yeah, okay. You can follow me on Instagram. That's my main platform, and it's Amy Beckett.
Howard Wiggins.
Howard Wiggins Facebook, Howard Wiggins Instagram. Facebook's my main thing, so I do it day and night. You can Facebook me anytime. I'll answer.
And what's that book again you have?
Oh, it's Christmas in Designers' Homes Across America by Patricia Hart McMillan. Barnes & Noble carries it. You can go to Amazon.com. It's the third Christmas book I've been in with her. So, and then I'm in Andrew Martin Volume 3 when I was young, but you can still get it. It's one of the top 35 leading interior designers.
In the world.
I'm doing everything. I mean, music videos, I dance, I do everything. So
for hours he dances. He's danced literally for 6 hours.
More than Britney Spears.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it didn't bother me at all.
Terri Marie, social media links.
You can find me at Terri Marie Nonstop on Instagram, TikTok. Those are my main platforms. I'm also on Facebook and YouTube. And then I have a website, terrimarieofficial.com. I do want to say something, though, just something that inspires me every day is that you have to remember that age is a number and it's all a mindset. And I hate when people like sit there like at any age say that they're old, because you're only as old as you feel. And every day is a blessing, because you could have wealth one day, because it's happened to me, and then be broke the next. You work hard, it will come back. That everything is a learning lesson, and money is great, but you have to be happy within. That's my 2 cents for today.
And Colleen, this is why people should sign up for it, because of what you said, that passive income, and that doesn't go away, does it? And also talk about your 2 books. You're not getting out of here without talking about your books,
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, okay. I was like, so I have 4 books. So the first one's called Live Your Truth, Begin Your Journey to Freedom and Healing. I just recommend that for anybody that's looking for a deeper meaning and healing in life. I was really, emotionally suffering after cancer for a long time, just with everything that I went through, and just kind of understanding it for the rest of your life, and just awakening from the matrix and kind of knowing how you can control your own health. So that book's really great for you if you're like just kind of searching for those answers and you're wanting clarity and you're knowing there's more and you're not sure what to do. Book number 2 is an academic book. So that's about refugees and creating education systems for refugees. The third book is called An Uncompromised Life. So how to overcome heartbreak and trauma, experience the unexplainable, and truly fall in love. And that one's really for loss and understanding grieving and just looking for the signs and messages in grieving to really create a deeper meaning in your life. I think sometimes, we all go through grieving in life, and that can go through money. It can go through people, it can go through loss of relationships, loss of family. And that book really just supports you in just grasping it in a really beautiful way. And then the fourth book is a poetry book. It's called The Cycles of Love, an energetic view into love. And that really supports us in understanding the energetics of just leadership, the energetics of connection with anyone, whether that's more kind of relationship, and also how that can carry over into everyday life to kind of make it into the cycle of love. Because I do believe that love is the core of every business. Love is the core of everything that's successful. So those are the 4 books. And my podcast as well. I totally forgot about it. I haven't been as active this year, but I will be more active next year. I've been downloaded in 80 countries. So it's a phenomenal podcast. We've had some of the best people, Gabby Bernstein, Joe Dispenza, we've had Yvonne De La Fleur. Like there's a bunch of people we've had. So that's a great resource. And the travel business, obviously, was the focus of this. I just believe in the opportunity of passive income. I believe, especially as women, we are so gifted and we're so talented in so many ways. And men are too, in many ways too. So I feel like I hate that one because the majority of my clients are men. But you want to always make sure every decision you're making is setting yourself up for if you get sick, if there was a financial fall, if there was a grieving period, if something, whatever happened, you can financially endure not having to produce and make money for a specific amount of time. There's enough reserves and also income producing assets working for you, which is also good for products you can have. Like I just made Colleen Gallagher sunglasses. I go with my first book. They're not plastic. And that came from income producing assets for me that I will have for the rest of my life that I don't have to work towards. So I just want to make sure that everyone realizes that with travel, and I think real estate, and you can do it with coaching as well, but I just think travel and real estate are obviously going to be the most sustainable in the opportunities that I've experienced and put my money behind.
And people can reach out to you how?
The Colleen Gallagher, Facebook, Instagram, Google. It's not hard to find me. Very easy to find.
And by the time you reach out to her, she'll have created something else.
Correct.
Guaranteed. One last thing, Colleen, we got to talk about how you got into Barnes and Nobles. It's not easy. Let the audience kind of know.
So I believe, I feel like everyone wants to know, how do you make it to $10,000 a month? How do you make it to multiple 6 figures? How do you make it to 100,000 a year? Like everyone wants to know these things. How do you, or how do you make bestseller? Obviously there's tactical things you do, but I believe that success is 80% your mindset and it's 20% strategy. So I believe in something, and I shouldn't say believe in it. I practice it. I know it to be true. Manifestation, you can call it your subconscious mind, either one. And how did that happen? There was a client of mine that I actually helped him get into it. And then I was like, wait a minute, if I can help him get into this, I need to get into it. So like I helped him and then I basically got it. But it's not just like one person. It's not just one connection. It's a whole infrastructure that I had ready and available that supported that. So I think you have to believe in yourself. You have to know what you want. You have to be open to the ideas, which I talk about in my first book, Be Open. And when you're open to that, universe, God, source, whatever you want to believe in, manifestation, ideas come and that inspiration to act comes. So that specific manifestation just happened through a client. And that specific manifestation was like, wait, I should do this for myself. That specific thing had me reach out. That specific thing was like, I have a new book coming. Like it just all lined up, but it wasn't just one thing. And I think you can do that in so many areas of your life where it happens. You just have to be patient for each thing in your life. It's not going to happen on your timeline always.
Chef Rachel Roberts, social media links.
You can find me at Rachel Ann Roberts on Facebook and Rachel Roberts Recipes on Instagram. And watch me on the mornings for Coffee Talk.
And buy her cups. She's got some great coffee cups too.
You're so funny.
Amber, you get the last word. Tell us a little. Why should people get into your book? What's coming up with you and your podcast? Go for it.
Wow, look at you putting up these pictures. I'm so impressed. They're so amazing. Yeah, you know what? I would love to actually talk with y'all and have you on my show. I have a podcast. It's called the Amberly Lago Show. And I've had guests like Trent Shelton, Ed Milet, John Gordon, Mae Musk. Like it blows me away that the people that have been on the show and that it is globally. I didn't know it was a global top 1% podcast until a friend of mine took a picture and sent it to me. And I was like, oh, I just kind of had my head down and was doing the work. But all of you have such amazing stories, and I would love to connect with you and have you on my show and feature you and share your message and what you do on my show. So please reach out to me. You can find me at Amberly Lago Motivation on Instagram, and that's where you'll see most of my shenanigans, behind the scenes stuff with my daughter mostly. And then amberlylago.com is where you can find my upcoming event. And again, I will tell you all, my web guy's probably going to be like, what are you doing? But I am saying, put in the code webinar for the event, and you'll get the discount. He's probably going to freaking kill me. I'm just telling y'all that right now.
And with that, I got to thank everybody for coming on, because you just never know what's going to work, especially being so far booked in advance. We're already in for Valentine's Day for next year already. Nobody cancels. We go straight through the year, obviously, like we always do. And I have to say this, have a good night tonight, a better day tomorrow. You see someone without a smile, please give them one of yours, because the world needs it. I'm Brian Sebastian, and I love when Howard does his heart, and Emily's doing it now. This is Movie Reviews and More. We will see you next week.
Bye.